What's the point of having wealth without your health? In the past, I've taken my health for granted, especially with injuries playing sports. You never think about being injured until you get that injury. You get that shoulder injury or knee injury playing basketball or whatever. So I thought that it would be a good idea to incorporate how to get a healthier lifestyle into some of the material that we're putting out. And I couldn't think of a better person to connect with as a good friend of mine who I trained in dental school and a surgical residency at LSU, Dr. Brian Evans, who practices up in Connecticut. And Brian actually has competed in a couple of fitness competitions in the past. So this dude knows what it takes to get his body looking right, what to eat, what to put into your body, and how to train. And I'll be honest with you, I've gotten some emails and text messages from him about different things that he was making at home, to eat. He would pass along, and really, I never would move forward with it until recently. He sent me something that really piqued my attention, and actually, I made it this morning called Anabolic French Toast. And when I tell you, it is awesome. It is super nutritious, super high in protein, very low in calories. And I'm going to let him be the one to tell you how you can make it at home. Enjoy.
All right, guys, Brian Evans here. I know you all are interested in passive income and learning how to become wealthy. Well, with wealth, you also need health. And I'm going to show you a great way to start your breakfast. It's a high protein, moderate carb French toast. Who doesn't like French toast? So there's a few tips to sort of cut the fat, cut the calories, but still keep the flavor. So it really starts with the bread. Pepperidge Farm, they make a really low calorie, 45 calorie per slice bread. And I'll use 3 pieces for this recipe. We're gonna have egg whites just out of the carton. You can buy those at the store. To sweeten and get that French toast flavor that you want with sweetness, I use Truvia, both a granulated kind and a liquid kind, and I'll explain in a moment why we use those, but that lowers the calories. We're gonna add some fruit. You can add whatever kind of fruit you want. I usually do the lower calorie, higher fiber fruits. Those are gonna be your berries. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Today, I have some, it's raspberry season, so I have some raspberries. And then to top it off, I use some low calorie syrup and some butter spray. So let's get started. So I go ahead and just use a nonstick skillet, cut the heat on low and just let that start warming up. I use a food scale, and that way I kind of know what my measurements are as far as how much egg whites we're gonna use. And for this recipe, I use 300 grams of egg whites. So we'll pour that in. And guys, this is just an easy way, instead of breaking up the eggs and from the yolk, just buy them in the carton. Tastes just the same. So I got my 300 grams, there we go, one more. So egg whites are bland, right? So as I said, I use the stevia to kick up the flavor and sweetness. So just a little bit of stevia in there. Some folks, you can use vanilla to flavor it as well. Cinnamon usually goes with French toast. So I add, as well as stevia to the egg whites, I do a couple dashes of cinnamon. Now, as far as the bread, you take your bread, and you could put the bread in and soak it in the egg whites as whole pieces, but a hack that I like, I just tear it up into pieces, as you see here. So I'm soaking the bread in the sweetened and cinnamon flavored egg whites. And this is just gonna increase your volume. You guys will be surprised at how much is gonna be on your plate. So these are soaking up. Now my skillet is pretty warm. I'm gonna go in now with some butter spray, just a little bit to get the pan lid there. All right, and then you're just gonna put your slices of soaked egg white bread in the pan like this. My daughter's doing a great job at videoing here. So this should, fill up, as you're gonna see, most of a decent sized skillet. So we'll get that in. All right, so as you can see, you're gonna have a little bit of egg white left over. So what I like to do, I'm just gonna, all those little nooks and crannies where the bread's not touching, this is the key where I like to break the bread up. I fill those in with that rest of that sweetened egg white mixture. So we're good with that. So now we just let the egg whites start to solidify. This is the time that if you wanna add your fruit, that's when we do it. So again, I like frozen blueberries. They're a great solution too here for adding some fruit and fiber to your diet. But today, like I said, raspberries are in season. So just, a couple ounces of raspberries. You don't have to measure these. It just, again, is gonna add a little more flavor to your toast. The other thing that I like to do, as I use the liquid stevia for the egg whites, I like to come back with some granulated stevia, and that's gonna go just on the top, like so. Why? Because when I flip this, that granulated stevia is gonna crystallize and give you more crunchy flavor. You can also add a little bit more cinnamon, which I do because I like cinnamon. It's got a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. So we're almost there. Now, I gotta get my spatula out, and because what we're gonna do next, it's a very important part, is we gotta do the flip. Before we do the flip, I'm gonna add a little bit more butter spray. That way it's not gonna stick as much to the pan when I do the flip. So we're gonna flip these over as I'm doing now. And it's okay if it breaks up. What you're wanting to do is just get that other side of your toast to start to caramelize. So I'm gonna let that cook on the other side, and then in a moment, I'm gonna get a plate, we're gonna plate it, and then I'm gonna show you how much it is and how good it tastes. The anabolic French toast is prepared. I have a huge plate of anabolic French toast here, guys. I mean, this is a lot of breakfast to start the day. I use MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a great way to track the calories and macronutrients in your dishes. This whole plate is about 350 calories, 40 grams of protein, 40 grams of carb with plenty of fiber, and 3 grams of fat. That is a great breakfast start to your day. I include a little low-calorie syrup, just a little bit. You don't need a lot because really the stevia and the raspberries or whatever fruit gives it a nice sweetness. And I like to use a little butter spray. Look, and if you want to use regular butter, use it, but just in moderation, a small amount. So let's see how we did. It's the best. Now, is French toast delicious the regular way? Absolutely. But this is something you can have daily. It's what I have daily to start my day. And that's gonna be great for you to start the day. Thank you.